Hey there, today we're doing an epic review of the Aer Travel Pack 4. We got the 28 liter and the 35 liter, and we're gonna tear these bags apart like we always do. Because here at Nomads Nation, we've been reviewing the world's best travel and EDC gear for over 7 years. And this is one of the biggest backpack launches in a long time. So we're gonna put a magnifying glass in each one of these bags. We're gonna pack each one out, double check their advertised capacity. I'm gonna give you my brutally honest pros and cons and overall scores. And you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video, because if you're not quite sold that these are the bags for you, I will make 2 alternative bag recommendations that might better suit your needs. Let's talk about the gist of the Aer Travel Pack 4. If you don't know, Aer is one of the premier carry brands on the planet. They're known for their techy, urban aesthetic and for making bags that are very over-constructed in the best way possible, that use premium materials, have amazing use of volume, but also are a little bit on the bulky and heavy side. And as the names suggest, these are V4s. And I've got V3 with me, so I'll also break down throughout this review what some of the key changes are, because there's some like really important ones. Let me run you through the changes. 3, 4. On the old version, the quick access front zipper was fairly well centered, but on the new version of the bag, it's a little bit higher up. We've also got some huge changes with the design of the admin compartment. Old version was a clamshell style that had a bunch of interior organization, but the new version only runs down to here. New materials, less pockets. I think this change might be a bit controversial, but what's gonna be even more controversial, potentially, is what we got going on the sides. Guys, look at this. On V3, we had compression straps on either side, but on V4, they gone. And hallelujah, I'm all about that. I think compression straps are kind of unnecessary. I understand they can serve some use cases. The best use case that I've heard is when you get to your destination, you can cinch the bag down a bit, make it a day pack, but it's like, just bring a packable backpack, guys. What are we doing? You're gonna use this as your day pack when you get to friggin' Europe? No. We've also got new water bottle holders, which means the removal of this quick access side pocket. Same clamshell style opening, but a new design with the sunglasses pocket. It looks cleaner, less of like a dangling scrotum. That's what it looks like. But that's gonna come with some functional compromises as well that I don't know if I'm too crazy about. No huge changes on the back panel, except for one big upgrade in my opinion. The luggage pass-through has gone from this way to this way, allowing you to carry your bag upright on your suitcase. Let me run you through a couple of the top features of the Aer Travel Pack 3 in general. It's built like a tank. This is 1680D core durabilistic nylon, and it's thick, and it's going to survive the apocalypse. But you're getting a lot of weight with that. And there's a lot of padding in this bag in general, which helps give it a really beautiful, nice shape, but again, extra weight as well. We got a couple side handles and a top handle, plus a separate and extremely well padded laptop compartment. And there's room in here for more than just a laptop. Oh, and one of my favorite things of all time on these bags, the fact that they have load lifters. Volume check time. Starting with the 28 liter, the alleged 28 liter. Checking the volume of a bag is a bit more of an art than a science. As you can see, the main compartment is fully packed out with our factory grade measurement balls. And we also pack out compartments that have their own volume, like the admin compartment and the sunglasses pocket. But we didn't do it with the front pocket, nor the laptop sleeve, because when the bag is fully packed out, there's not a lot of volume in those compartments. Quick dimension check. We got a height of 18 inches, a width of just under 13 inches, and a fully packed out base depth of 8.5 inches. This top pocket, not a lot of depth to it, guys. Got about 1/4 liter of space. For the admin pocket, we have a decent amount of volume, almost 2 liters by itself. So you can see right here, we're at 5, 10, 15, 20, just under 25 liters. Which means if you count the tight space in the front pocket, the water bottle pockets, and the laptop compartment, you're definitely getting around 28 liters. But depending on how you pack it, it's not gonna feel like a full 28. Like I said, closer to 25, 28, somewhere in that range. Let's test the big boy. All right, next up, let's see the big guy. Dimensions, around 20 inches height, 13 inches width, and a fully packed out base depth of 10 inches. Admin compartment, again, around 2 liters. Top pocket, 1/2 liter. And then in total, this is 35 liters right here. So kind of interesting. The 35 liters seems pretty spot on. And actually you're gonna get more than 35 liters because you got the front pocket, water bottle pockets, and laptop compartment. So it's a very comfortable 35 liters. As for the 28 liters, it's a little bit on the tighter side. Now let's double check the weight, and I suspect they're gonna come in a little bit lower in how much they weigh, because obviously that front admin compartment was like cut in half. So for V3 of the 28 liter version, it came in at 3.8 pounds. But for V4, we're coming in at 3.4 pounds. So it's almost half a pound shed right there. That's freaking awesome. And then checking the 35 liter version, V3 was 4.1 pounds, but now V4 coming in a bit lighter at 3.8 pounds. As of recording, the Aer Travel Pack 4 is coming in 5 different color and or fabric options. This is the Cordura Black. Let's take a few different perspectives of both bags. Here is the 28 liter when it's empty. Here it is worn on me walking around outside. And here it is worn on me and Jason Bagmoa side by side, so you can see our height differences, 5'8" and 6'2". And same for the 35 liter, empty, slow motion shot of me on the streets of Hong Kong, and compared to me and Jason. All airbags are protected by a lifetime warranty against manufacturing defects, and they have a really great reputation of honoring that warranty. And as of recording, I actually don't have the prices as we're shooting this before Aer actually launches these bags, but the V3s are $230 and $250 respectively, and I'm sure that V4s are gonna come in right around that range. And it should be noted, if at any point during this review you're thinking about making a purchase, we do suggest doing so with the first link in the description below. 2 reasons why. First, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But also, that link helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team, so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Let's talk about the front of the Aer Travel Pack 4. We're gonna work on the 28 liter version for the foreseeable future, and then we'll bust out the 35 liter again in the middle section so we can pack them both out and you can get a better idea of which one fits your travel packing style. We kick this section off usually by talking about the aesthetic, and I think this is one of Aer's biggest selling points. But let's be honest, like, Aer isn't just a fashion brand. What makes Aer so amazing is that they make gorgeous gear that also functions like a champ. This tech bro vibe ain't gonna be for everyone, but it's for me. I love it. And one huge thing contributing to that kind of tech bro, but also like urban vibe, is this primary fabric. And this is 1680D Cordura ballistic nylon. Fun fact about Cordura, these guys right here, they're one of the highest quality thread makers in the world. So if your bag or coat or clothes or anything has that Cordura tag, it means it's gonna feel and function very well. But a quick side chat on fabrics. This bag also comes in Ultra or X-Pack. I don't have the Ultra and X-Pack versions, I just have other Aer bags that use these fabrics. So let me give you a quick buyer's guide from my perspective. Cordura should be good for, I don't know, 80% of people. It's sturdy, it's professional looking, it's going to be insanely abrasion and scratch resistant, and it'll give you a bit of weather resistance as well. But that's where maybe some people might want to consider upgrading, because the weather resistance on a Cordura nylon is good, but not exceptional. Fine for 10 to 15 minutes in light rain, but if you're the kind of traveler who is constantly, potentially walking through monsoons, X-Pack and or Ultra might be better fits for you. Honestly, they're both stupid, crazy, modern, technical fabrics. X-Pack is the classic, a little bit more subtle of an aesthetic. Ultra is the new kid on the block. It's got a bit more of a rowdy look. And again, because they're modern and kind of plasticky materials, these are gonna offer significantly more weather resistance. But like I said, for most people, the Cordura version will be the best option. Aer's branding on the side right there, little tag, very subtle. Let's talk about this front pocket. This is utilizing a chunky YKK number 10 zipper. YKK, best zippers in the game, or one of the best. Chunky 10 zipper, when it's PU coated, pros and cons. The con is like chunky zippers are usually a little tough to open and close, but you add this plastic PU coating on top of it and this thing is sticky. Very, very sticky, gonna have to use some extra tricep kind of stickiness and it's gonna really drive some people crazy. And also this PU, AKA polyurethane coating, can look like this over the years if it gets exposed to a bunch of sunlight and or humidity. So why, you might be asking, do bags use this then if it can peel and it's annoying to open and close? It's because A, looks sleek as f, and B, it's very weather resistant. So if you got a bag that's using Ultra plus these zippers, like I said, you're the typical monsoon traveler, your bag's gonna be very protected against the elements. I don't love Aer's new Hypalon zipper pullers. They're sticky. They almost like feel like there's like a little residue left on your fingertips afterwards, but it does definitely help open and close the compartments. And you've also got these laser cut Hypalon tabs on either part of the zipper. Just a little thing that Aer does, it gives you a little bit extra leverage, opening and closing the bag. Aer is great about stuff like this. It's these little things that Aer does in their backpack making wizardry that makes them one of the best carry brands on the planet. Now for this pocket, I have mixed feelings on it because it gets tight, especially when the bag is fully packed out. Granted, when we're empty right now, you can throw a book in there, right? That totally works. But the more filled the main compartment is, the harder it will be to access this pocket. Let's talk about the top admin compartment. And I'm really curious, do you guys like the change? Remember, we got V3 and V4. For me, I'm all about it. This cuts down on extra zippers, extra weight, extra complications. I don't need all these slots for quick access in my travel bag. A little bit of quick access on the top right here. Perfect, gets the job done. And actually, just let me know, like, in general, which version do you prefer? V3 or V4? It's one of the most fun conversations when Aer releases a new version of their bags. Like with the City Pack Pro 2, a lot of people like V2 more, but a lot of people like V1 more. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But what I like most about this pocket as well is the extra volume that Aer gives you. Here, I got an Aer Tech pouch. This is big, it's bulky. And you can see, if you wanted to fit that in there, like you totally can. And as you saw when we measured the capacity of this pocket, it has its own volume even when the main compartment is fully packed out, unlike this front pocket. For most people though, you're gonna use it for smaller bits of gear. I got a passport-sized notebook that can slide in the back. Wallet, got a key leash. Also love what Aer did here. Aer has made their key leashes removable, which I've been saying for a little while now that all bag brands are gonna start doing this, because it just makes so much more sense. Why would you want your key leash sewn into the freaking bag? Love the fabric that's being utilized on these front pockets here. It's got a little bit of stretch to it so you can put bulkier items in there. Also, I just gotta say, like, Aer's interior materials are amazing. Look at how light this ripstop nylon is. Helps to create a highlight effect in your bag, making it easier to find what you put where. You got a little space in the middle. I think some people may have wanted a zippered pocket right here. Not me though, I'm totally cool with execution of this pocket across the board. And you've also got a little AirTag slot right here for your tracker. Another potential thing of concern, it's so funny when I'm reviewing Aer bags, like the cons are usually like very nitpicky, but here's one that will irk some people, is that the admin pocket only uses one zipper, uno. Good news is it's not PU coded for me, like it's easy to get into. But bad news is that some people like to lock these admin zippers, and it's much harder to do with only one. I guess in theory you could lock it to like this D ring here, but 2 zippers would make that a lot easier. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Talk about the middle of the Aer Travel Pack 4. I'm hungry, let's go. We got YKK number 10 zippers to get into the main compartment. These are lockable and not PU coded. We also got the 2 laser cut Hypalon tabs at the bottom, giving you a little bit extra leverage when you want to open and close these zippers. We're gonna talk about the side panels of the bag once we fill the main compartment up. Clamshell style opening, it's glorious. This style opening gives you a bird's eye view of all your stuff, and it also makes it extremely easy to pack and to access. For a 28-liter bag, you can usually fit 1 big old packing cube in here, plus another couple packing cubes, or maybe even a tech pouch and a DOP kit. Put your hoodie on top, and then you're good to go. I think that this size bag, which is kind of like 25 to 28 liters true capacity, somewhere in that range, I think it's great for a weekend trip. Or if you want to pair this bag with your suitcase. We'll talk about that in a second and show you how the actual luggage pass-through holder works. On the flip side, we have 2 pockets. Look at this little wrinkling happening here. And look at these lines here. Both of these are conscious design decisions by Aer to give these pockets a little extra capacity. It's so funny, the more I review bags, the more I'm just looking for extra capacity. I'm just looking for that. Like that's what really gets me so jazzed up these days, because that's true focus on functionality. In the large pocket, because of that extra functionality, you can put like a bulky tech pouch and see how well that fits. Then in this pocket, love this fabric. Again, a little bit of elasticity, but not too much that you're afraid it's gonna go super loose on you. I'll throw a backup pair of glasses in there. That is your 28-liter bag. Now we're gonna talk about, like I said, the side panels, and then I'll transfer everything over from the 28-liter to the 35-liter so you can see the difference in the carrying capacity. But first, let's talk about these sides, guys. No compression straps. I just wanna emphasize again how much I love this. I just don't get compression straps. It's extra clutter, and it's just like catching onto things, and it's not a seamless, streamlined experience. And look at these new water bottle holders. Evergoods would be proud. And I say that because I'm getting kind of CTB26 vibes from these water bottle holders. They're using a stretchy material, kind of the same fabric that's being used on the inside of the bag that's in gray. We have it in black. And it's got the same sort of little extra volume right here, so you can kind of stretch there. Little extra gusset here at the bottom. I'm not sure if Aer got a CTB26 on their hands and drew some inspiration from it, but yeah, wouldn't be surprised. 24-ounce Columbia. Oh my God, that's stunning. These are great water bottle holders. The only downside for a water bottle holder like this is that if you use it really harsh over the years, it might get a little loose just because of the elasticity, the nature of the fabric. But that aside, it's hard to complain with these. And you've got 2 extra spots to potentially secure your water bottle too via carabiner. Because on the Travel Pack 3, we use water bottle holders that I don't really love. You had like the zipper going down and this. It was fine. This is better. But one thing that's not as great in this bag are the side handles. Notice here, we have the top and the bottom. And this is like the midway point right there. And that's where you typically want to grab the bag so you have even distributed weight. But these handles are like that. So it's not evenly distributed. Small thing, right? First world problems, I get that. But you know, when you're moving around the world in this bag, you just want it to work a certain way. You gotta grab it down there and it's kind of doing this awkward thing. It just doesn't feel great. One thing that also doesn't feel great is this top pocket. It's not that it's bad, it's actually really good. But compared to the Travel Pack 3, we did lose a lot of potential depth, which I think for most people is gonna be okay, but some of y'all out there, you love this top pocket to be your dump pocket for anything. But the good news is it could still fit your passport in there, maybe your wallet and some boarding passes and, you know, just travel stuff that you want to put from here to here when you're going through the TSA line. Using the same elastic fabric. Actually, there's more depth than it looks like. It packs out bigger than you'd think. Let's throw some bulky stuff in there. We got some tech stuff, tote. Oh yeah, it's all getting in there, baby. I take back what I said. It's definitely not as deep as the Aer Travel Pack 3 top quick access pocket, but it's good. Now let me show you the capacity difference between a very, very cozy 35 liters and a tighter 25 to 28 liters. Because now we can fit so much more. We're gonna put our big packing cube at the bottom. We're gonna throw another packing cube in there, guys, and some shoes. And still put our other 2 tech pouches here and still get that hoodie. There's the nice little cherry on top. And I'm feeling very confident this is gonna close. Of course, with some room to spare. A couple final notes in this chapter. As you can see, the bag self-stands very well. And if you notice too at the beginning, both the bags were self-standing and they were empty at that point in time. Now I wouldn't say, you know, this is not advertised as a self-standing bag, but it self-stands pretty well most of the time. You saw we had some fall in there. It's gonna depend on the foundation, but for your high quality travel bag, I gave it a pretty high score. I give it like a 3.5 out of 5 on the self-standing scale. Now, as for carry-on and or personal item compliance, it's gonna vary based on what airline you're on and what country you're flying out of and what ticket type you have. This is 18 by 14 by 8 inches, your typical personal item for a US flight. And there's just no way that's gonna happen. Nope, and for the 28 liter, height and width were okay. Depth seems to be the problem. If you kind of squeeze it in a little bit, I think you'll get it. Yeah. Did I break it? Okay, I don't think it broke. We're not engineers over here at Nomads Nation, guys. Okay, we're trying our darn best though. Now, before we jump into the next section and talk about the back and the comfort of the bag, which is probably the most important thing, I wanna, again, welcome you to Nomads Nation if this is your first time here. And also tell you, in case you don't know, that here at NN, we don't just do reviews on individual products on our YouTube channel, but we also have the Nomads Nation newsletter. And in that newsletter, you can look at me like your reporter in the field, where I'm coming to your inbox on a weekly basis and bringing you the limited edition drops, the newest releases, industry trends, and everything in between. I'm really obsessed, as you might be able to tell, with the world of bags and travel and EDC and carry, gear. And not only do I review stuff, but I actually own my own gear brand as well. So it kind of gives me a unique perspective, and I pour my heart and my soul into making sure that unique perspective is brought to the newsletter. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to check out this one-of-a-kind resource, be sure to look for this globe emoji in the description below. Hope to see you in your inbox. Let's talk about the back of the Aer Travel Pack 4. Starting with the tech compartment, which again is protected by PU-coated zippers, which most people are gonna prefer actually, although there is some drama about PU-coated zippers and what you prefer, whether it's non-PU-coated or PU-coated. A lot of people are like, yo, I don't love PU-coated zippers, but give me that extra laptop protection, baby, let's go. These zippers are also YKK and lockable. And then when you get in, you see we got a bit of organization here. Now, remember, there's volume here. How you get that volume is gonna depend on how the bag is packed out and what you're putting in here, right? You're not gonna be able to get a packing cube in here, but you can get a jacket in there. That's why I usually don't include tech compartments like this, because they just don't have any built-in volume. Some do, this one doesn't. We've got a divider right here, another section there, and then the actual laptop storage. Speaking of which, let's see what fits. I got a 17-inch Asus VivoBook. Slide that on in, and just as I suspected, fits with a bit of room to spare, which means it'll obviously fit in the 35-liter version of this bag as well. The tech safety on this thing is incredible. So much padding, a beautiful microfiber fabric here, which will have scratch-resistant properties. I'm not as sure what we're gonna do with this, but if you are one of those double laptop people out there, I read the comments. I know y'all are loud and proud. You might be able to fit a second. Yeah, for sure. So I got my 14-inch MacBook Pro in here. We've got this divider, so you're getting a little bit of laptop protection. Could be a good spot for your tablet. I'm not 100% sure how I would personally separate all this, but you've got options. And for the main laptop sleeve, let's do a little false bottom check. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful thing. We're about here, which means that the laptop is elevated, which means in case you've got a bit of a rambunctious lifestyle like myself, and you drop your bag, hear that? No metal on wood thud, very safe. Top handle, pretty good. I know a lot of people would have preferred it to have been right here, just again for better balance, but a handle like this gets the job done. It's easy to hang via a hook. Really nice seatbelt material. Again, my hands aren't the biggest, I'm 5'8". Get a little bit of tension trying to get in there. Now before we chat comfort, let's chat suitcase travel. As I mentioned, in my opinion, one of the biggest upgrades from V3 to V4 is that our luggage pass-through allows you to carry the bag vertically. You can see we got some tremendous stitching on either side of this sleeve and little Velcro to keep it in place when it's not being used. For me, the sweet spot is making sure this is not too tight nor too loose, which I think Aer has nailed here, of course. Why wouldn't they? It's a little bit of a thinner material, but the material itself is not gonna snap. It really just comes to the stitching in here, and there's a bunch of reinforced padding, I'm sure, underneath. So overall, nothing to worry about. This is very well constructed. And then it allows you to utilize your bag standing upright. Comfort chat time. Let's grab some marshmallows and sit around the campfire, because I got a story to tell. And the story's short, but sweet. And I just think airbags are so freaking comfortable. For me, there's only one point of the comfort that I'm not crazy about. For me, it's just that they use a mesh that's a little on the coarse side. It's not terribly coarse, it's not like a Boundary Supply bag, but it's definitely a mesh that's got a little bit of grip to it, which is a good thing for a lot of people. But that aside, like, these things are so freaking comfortable. That's gonna come down to the shoulder straps, of which they have a width of 2 3/4 of an inch, but the depth is what matters. And we're looking at a depth of 1.3 cm. That's chunkalicious. Halle Berry, hallelujah, no doubt about that. Aer has also changed the shoulder strap design a little bit, where you can see the mesh cuts in, which allows it to be worn on your shoulder, right up here, actually. It's fine. I don't find that to be that helpful with a coarser mesh like this. It's really nice though if they end up using something silkier on the shoulder strap, like you see with like Bellroy bags. Laser cut lash point, D-ring, adjustable sternum strap. The back panel is a glorious combination of padding. You can see right here, but also that mesh is gonna give you a bit of ventilation as well, especially with this cut down the middle right there. And you put it all together, dude, and you just got a really cozy travel bag. Should be noted there are slots, or attachment points, I should say, for hip belts. At the bottom of this bag, we don't have one. Sternum strap here helps take the weight off your lower back and redistribute it towards your torso. Easy to tighten the shoulder straps, and wait for it, wait for it. Yes, yes, and yes. That's my explicit euphoria for the fact that Aer included web holders on this bag, AKA dangle stoppers, because when these things are flopping around, it irks me, and it irks him too. And here's Aer's little secret sauce. We have load lifters at the top. Now here's the deal. Load lifters are best used on hiking bags, and they don't do on urban bags what they do on hiking bags to the same extent. But having said that, although I can acknowledge that load lifters aren't like game changers, they still help, dude. And there's just something psychological about being like, all right, I'm locked in, you snap the sternum strap, like, wait, one last thing, and you just crank these, and you're just like, I'm locked and loaded now. Like, airport, here we come. So there's something psychological about it, but if you agree with me, let me know in the comments below. I just love having load lifters in a travel bag, and it's a rare thing at this price point and with more like urban aesthetic type bags. Now comes for the most crucial part of the review. Let's talk about the overall pros and cons of the Aer Travel Pack 4. Pro number one, just the overall design. This is a bag that has all the looks, but it's also giving you all the function as well, whether it comes to capacity, in the different compartments, overall use case. It's kind of a masterpiece in some ways. Not always though, I got cons, they're coming in a second. Pro number two for me is gonna be comfort, especially with the rarity of these load lifters. I love them. And pro number three for me is gonna be the upgrade of Aer's new water bottle holders. They kind of look a little out of place, they're a little outdoorsy, so I do think the vibe has switched up slightly because of them, but they function very well. But on the flip side, let's talk about cons. Con number one, it's a bag that, although did shed some weight from V3 to V4, it's still very heavy and very bulky. Con number two for many people is gonna be the fact that there's only a single zipper for the top admin pocket. It sounds like a small thing, but a lot of people are very vocal. They want 2 zippers in every compartment. And con number three is just gonna be some of the changes from V3 to V4. No more compression straps, no more side pocket, newly designed water bottle holders. For a lot of people, they're gonna be a bit more nostalgic for the previous version of the bag. All right, now I'm gonna take these pros and cons, mash them together, and give you my overall scores. Should be noted, these scores are personal, just based on my experience using the bag. Comfort, 4 out of 5. Thought about giving it a perfect 5 out of 5, but it's just heavy and bulky, which is not my favorite. But honestly, like, you're in that 4 to 5 range as long as you like chunky padding, the mesh, the ventilation, the load lifters. It's an extremely comfortable backpack. I don't even want to take it off. That's how comfortable it is. I'm gonna leave it on. I don't care. Number two, value, 4 out of 5 as well. Aer is maddeningly good at keeping competitive with their prices, even though they're giving you the cream of the crop with materials. Cordura nylon, YKK zippers, Duraflex buckles, lifetime warranty. See bags that don't offer all that and it's $100 more sometimes. So Aer value, 4 out of 5. And my overall score for this bag is a 4.5 out of 5. If it wasn't for the bulk, if they made like a ripstop nylon version of this bag, I'd have like a 6 out of 5 on my scale. It's just such a great travel bag, but then again, then it wouldn't be Aer. And that's what I love about Aer. They know who they are, they know what they're making, they know who they cater to, and this bag is freaking amazing. It really is. And if you agree and you're thinking about making a purchase or you want to learn more information about it, remember, we do suggest doing so with the first link in the description. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and if we have any discount codes, that's what they'll be. But if you're not quite sold, you want to hear the alternatives that I teased earlier, let's talk about them now. Well, 2 first stops. First stop number 1, if you're new to the Nomads Nation YouTube channel, you should definitely check out our leaderboard rankings video. In this video, myself and the Nomads Nation squad, we get together and we pick our favorite bags in different bag categories. And everyone's got different likes and preferences. It's just a great way to kind of see different perspectives and to see what the best options are on the market. I've gone ahead and linked that above. The second thing I want to put on your radar is, if you don't know, and I think as I mentioned earlier, after reviewing around 300 bags on Nomads Nation, I kind of got this internal burning desire to start a bag brand of my own, and I did. And it's called Firo. We launched a few years ago, and I've been taking everything that I've learned from reviewing other people's bags and instilling it into our bags, but doing our own thing with it as well. And we've launched our own sling, our own EDC bag, and our own travel bag. All of our gear is made for modern professionals who want to stay streamlined and focused. So if that sounds like you and you want to learn more, you can do so at firo.co or with the second link in the description. But if we're really close with the Aer Travel Pack 3, here are 2 alternatives that might get you a little bit closer. My first alternative is going to be the Tomtoc Navigator T67. This is a great pick for you if you're in the market for a new, urban, really good-looking travel bag, but you're kind of grinding your teeth a little bit at the thought of spending 250 USD on it. Tomtoc is not as nice as Aer, there's no doubt about it. Nowhere near as nice as premium materials, and it's only a 2-year warranty, but their bags slap. And the aesthetic's not too far off, and it's coming in at like half the price. And my second alternative is gonna be the Carry Max EDC, or should I just put like Carry on your radar in general? They're another one of the top carry brands in the world, like side by side with Aer. But what's cool is they kind of do it their way. They got their own sort of tactical urban fusion aesthetic. And they got a little bit of a different philosophy when it comes to construction and build quality and pocketing. And it's really cool to see Aer and Carry sort of like dueling at the top right now. And the Carry Max EDC is one of their best bags. It's a contender to the 28 liter here. And they've also got a new version of the Carry Max. Like, honestly, all their bags are awesome. Honestly, all 3 bags are awesome. It depends on your budget and your needs and what you're hoping to achieve. But if you want to learn more about the 2 alternatives, you can do so by watching these videos here. If you have any questions about any bags, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this review. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you guys next time.